Here we are. Here we are. Da, 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 da. Think next time. Hold on, guys. We're going to get started at 5 o'clock. That is 5 o'clock or 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But if you are here, welcome to the show. Yay! It's Dashing Foxie's Talks, or Dashing Talks, which sounds a lot better than Dashing Foxie Talks, but I think it used to be like that. But Dashing Talks sounds so much better. Okay, I'm going to tweet this out. And there you go. Okay. Okay, well, welcome to the show. Woo! And we will get started here in about 5 minutes. I think, hold on. Yeah, 5 minutes. And then we'll start diving into this conversation. Oh, hello, Husky. How are you? Okay. Let me just 5 minutes, guys. I think what I'm going to do is start using something like to begin the show with. So I don't have this like really dead air. There's a lot of dead air in here. So just trying to make sure that that's open. Let me see here, and then open up that. Making sure all my Twitter page is open here, so I can get all the information that people tweeted out saying what they wanted to do. Let me see. Oop. Just scrolling through my Twitter. Okay, one comment there. Okay, here's the next one. Okay, I think we are all good. We are just waiting for around 5 o'clock so I don't screw anybody and do that. Hello. Hello. And we have, good job, we have Pro in here. Hello, hello. I am good watching from two computers. Your suit and love you. Okay, good. Thank you. I'm glad that somebody likes my suit. Okay, here in about 3 minutes. Again, if you guys want to share this around to your Twitters or other things like that, I would highly appreciate that. And also, you know, if you want to do that, that would be great. And other things like that. So that would be great too. So far we got 4 people in here, and I'm just about to start it in about a minute. So we will be able to talk about the current topic today. Just go up to my comments. We got people saying hello. We got all the other good stuff. And just ask how everybody's doing out there. You know, it's a beautiful day out. The sun is shining where I'm at. And hopefully we make a really good show today, guys. Oh my gosh. I'm like sweating. The hair is starting to get in my eyes, and that's never good. Hair and eyes are a terrible thing. Remember that, guys. Don't get your hair in your eyes. So, let's see. I'm doing all right. It's a nice day here, too. Good. Okay. So, here we go. We are starting the show. You know what? Screw it. Let's start the show right now. Play that music. Never mind. I don't have music. So, welcome to Dashing Talks. If this is your very first time, hopefully you enjoy it, and I hope we can get a very good, nice discussion here today. So we have people saying I'm doing great because I'm not working. I'm not at work, which is great. Never want to be at work. And stupid thing. Okay, now, guys, welcome. And today's topic is how can we make cons better? Yay! How to make those furry conventions better, to make it better for everyone who's participating. Now, guys, I have no bad idea here today, so hopefully we have some good ideas here. And this is more of like a Q&A answering, where what you're going to be doing is I'm going to be giving my own opinions on how to make furry conventions better. And also, I would like to hear from the comments saying how can we make them better. I also put up a tweet, and if you tweeted in on that tweet, I will be reading them a little bit later, and we'll even open up the phone lines later. So, hopefully, we have a dashing good old time, and we could talk about how to make conventions better. Hooray! So, here we go. Okay. Now, you're probably asking yourself, there's a couple things that I'm going to put into the boundaries here of what we can and possibly could make the convention better. If you have an idea for a convention, but saying that it costs too much money to get there or anything like that, anything that is not the con's control, okay, like saying, oh, well, the prices are way too high for the restaurants around here, they should make them lower. You can't physically make that lower. That's all up to the business owners, and that's all up to the contract, especially like when it comes to conventions saying, like I had somebody say that, you know, make the hotel more cheaper. Well, you can't physically do that because that's all in the contracts and that's all in different other things. So you can't physically make that cheaper. But if you have an idea to make it better, like registration to make it better, or make something that they can physically change, then that all goes here. But again, money is a whole different other topic because each convention runs on a different set of money and their contract depends on how expensive it is. So if you want to say negotiate a better contract for the hotel to make it cheaper, then maybe I can see that. But if you're saying the price to get there and stuff like that out of the con's control, it doesn't count. So I just wanted to make that clear because I had somebody like on Telegram go, you should make it cheaper. It's like, well, I mean, you can't really do anything about that. But what we can change is all the functions that are inside the convention, like the dances, the other things like that. So if you have any ideas for that kind of stuff, then yes, I will hear them. Okay. So guys, what do I mean, not just by saying that, but what do I mean by making improvements? Every convention can be improved. Let's face the facts here. Most of our conventions that we have nowadays, the only thing that has ever really changed was the parade. There used to be a lot of parades, like fursuit parades out there. But now there's kind of evaporating and it's becoming an old thing, these furry parades. Which, in my opinion, I kind of hate because I enjoyed the furry parades. Or the fursuit parades, sorry. That's probably the most recent change that I have ever seen in a convention. But there is different other changes that have been happening, but they're not really big changes or anything like that. So, one thing that I will say to make a convention better is what you should do for the parades and stuff is you should have a vote and you should be able to vote into these stuff. Make a convention a little bit more interactive to the people that are actually putting on the convention, which is your people that are out there, you know, dancing at the places and having fun, spending their hard-earned cash. And my opinion is they should have some sort of system to make it more interactive. Instead of, oh, this is what we got planned and this is what you're going to have to do. I think that there should be more interaction in between the convention itself and also the people that are attending. Because a lot of times these conventions, they go on and you don't have a say on what's going on. And I kind of hate that idea. I hate the idea that you get a set schedule and that's it. And you have no say in that set schedule. But that's only one of my griefs, and to make it better and also more interactive to the people that are actually spending their hard-earned cash to go to these conventions. So I have a comment here, and I'm going to see about this comment and see what their idea is. Okay, so I'm watching from a computer. Oh, okay. Well, somebody's just saying where they're watching from. VR is getting high. Doing great. Okay, so here's what it is. Okay, that's one of my opinions. Is that you should make it more interactive to the people who are actually going to the convention. Not everybody wants to go to opening ceremonies, and not everybody wants to do that kind of stuff. So what you can do to promote it a little bit more, like let's say the opening ceremonies, just because I just brought that up. The opening ceremonies is the most boring thing, I think, out there. And it's only my opinion. I mean, there are other people going, opening ceremonies, yeah, it means the con's convention starting and all this other stuff. But I just feel like that it could be improved. Like, instead of just going to this event, basically, to hear a bunch of people up there talking about how or what the convention's going to be doing, why not have it where, how about we vote to skip that? Or vote to, be like, hey, let's make it more exciting by voting on this, this, and this. Instead of just constantly going to an opening ceremony, listen to the people who ran the convention, then you leave, and then it's kind of boring. That's why I never attend the opening ceremonies at all. I never attend opening ceremonies because it's just a whole boring spiel about how great their convention's going to be and how they want it to be. And I hate that, like, first beginning part of the convention when it comes to that. So I'm getting a lot of comments here. I did a response to that tweet, but it, oh, never mind. Okay. Would detail, I'm always open for and closing ceremonies. So, and that's fine. If you go to opening and closing ceremonies, that is 100% fine. But I just think it should make it more fun. Because the whole narrative is you go there and you listen to all these people, and they did work their butts off to get this convention going. And I'm not saying that they didn't, but I just think they should spice it up a little bit. Give it a little bit more flavor instead of going, well, guys, the convention's going to be great. We're expecting this, this, and this, and then we're going to be doing this, this, and this. And I just feel like it's boring. If I want to go and watch somebody talk about their success and their successes, I'll just go to a motivational speech, and I just don't like going to the opening ceremonies. Again, it could be just me, but I know a couple people out there, and I know a lot of people out there just don't like going to the opening ceremonies. And whenever you take a look at this, you're not just seeing you're not seeing anything else being changed. What is a normal routine for a convention? You go to the convention, what do you always see there? You see the dance competition, you see the parade or the masquerade, or whatever that damn thing is, which I do not like. You see that promoted more. You see basically all the same stuff you see, like a gaming room, which I'm okay with the gaming room, or a board game room. That's fine too, because a lot of people do like going there to game, and I'm fine with that. But you never really see anything like explosive. Like, what do you see whenever you go to these furry conventions? You see a concert, or you see like something that's like, oh, there's a furry that, like, I really love Pepper Coyote. I don't want to exaggerate that too much. I love Pepper Coyote. I think he's a great musician. I think that he has a really good, music. But when will it be time? Because I was just talking about this to my other friend. But when will it be time to see somebody new up there? Like somebody new, up and coming, or maybe somebody who you don't see a lot. And I forgot to put in my headset, which now I feel like an idiot, because now you can hear all my stuff playing through my speakers, and now I can't see my mouse. Hold on. I can't believe I did that. Okay. But again, it's great for like the very first 3 or 4 times, and I really love his music. I cannot stress that enough. But give somebody else, like, other people a chance. And I believe that strongly, because I like change. Change sometimes can lead to better things. or better promoters. And I just feel that way, but that's only my opinion. Let's see. Maybe make the opening ceremonies more like a show with music and lasers. No, I wouldn't say that. That's a little too much. What are you going to go in there? Yo, guys, we're in the opening ceremonies. Laser time. Pew, 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 pew. Oh, you got him. No, that's a little too much. Or what? Would they be like a wrestler and go, introducing your con-chair, the one, the only guy who has planned this convention, Uncle Kage, and then I think that's a little too much. I think it'd be very funny to see. You know what? That might actually be very funny to see. I'm actually going to do that. I think that's a really funny idea. But I wouldn't want that to be it would be a very interesting experience. And I would probably laugh at it, but I wouldn't want them to, be kind of no, I would laugh at. Okay, I'll give you that. You do that. That's a good idea. Good idea. Let's see if there's anything. Let's see. We could be the greatest. Okay. So now what we're going to be doing, and this is what I want to change for conventions too. And I don't want to get rid of it completely, but I kind of want to change it because it hasn't been changed since the beginning of time for these furry conventions. The dance competition. Okay. Don't get me wrong. I like to see talent. I like to see talent on a scale that where you see people dancing. Woohoo, they're in their fursuit, even better. Why not? But I just feel like that there could be a little bit more than just dancing. It's always dancing. Oh, what are you going to go do? Going to go see the dance competition. It never changes, and it never does anything like that. So what my idea here is, and no, watch me guys, is why don't you have a dance competition? And I always see judges too. Has there ever been, I could be mistaken out there, and I have never really seen it, but I've never seen a dance competition base the winner on the cheers of the crowd, or maybe the crowd itself. So why not do a little bit of experimentation on that? That where it's the crowd's popularity going, oh, well, I really like that guy and I really like that guy, but I can't vote for him, so I don't have a say in the matter. And that leads to another one of, let the people who actually spend money on this convention, and this goes for a lot of different conventions, let the people who have spend money on it get a choice and say in what they want to see. Make the dance competition that where you have to actually cheer, going, woo, I really like that dancer. Let the audience choose, not just a panel of 3 or 4 people going, well, that guy has really got it. And then you see him win 4 dance competitions in a row. I don't see that as winning 4 dance competitions in a row. I see that as either somebody he's a great dancer, obviously. He's a great dancer. But I see it more as a popularity contest when it comes to the 4 judges, and I don't like that. I want to see more interactions when it comes to the audience, when it comes to dance competitions. Now that could be only me, but I would like to see more audience participation. Number 2, why don't you ever make a dance competition that's the rules are you can only dance to 80s music. Or maybe dance to some sort of, you have to dance to different music. I'm getting sick and tired of always going to the dance competitions and furry conventions. And I'm not saying that they're a bad or anything, but all I'm saying is I want them to dance to different music than electronic. Or what's the other word? The other ones that are really popular, like house and stuff. Just be okay, guys. Our rules are simple. You have to dance to 80s music, or you have to dance to early 2000s, or something to give it a little bit more pizzazz. Because I see this a lot with conventions, and I always see the same exact dancers dancing to the same exact music. Give them more of a challenge. That's what I want to see. More of a challenge when it comes to dance competitions. I've got some comments here. Let me read them. I could go on for hours. Hey, Dusk. How's it going? Maybe fursuits prefer that music the most? Yes. Yes. They do prefer that music the most. And I totally understand that. And good thing. But I want to see a little bit of change. You know, whenever you go to the dance competition, now I'm asking everyone here, what is the only things you ever see? You see them dancing to the same exact music and the same exact artists, or not the same exact artist, but like they dance in the same proximity of everything else. But I just think that it would be more challenging, and I could be wrong on this, but I think it'd be more challenging to be like, okay, guys, you have to dance to 80s music. And then people would freak out. And then you would actually see different dances every different time, because the 80s is a whole different other sound than what they have now. But that's only my personal opinion. Again, I'm not going to be like, oh, well, you know, that's what they should do. But like, I just think that it would give more of a challenge to people who are in the dance competition. Yeah, it does sound repetitive. I like the ones who tell a story with their music. And that's fine. Again, you don't have to agree with me if everything I say. I mean, and I totally understand where Desk is coming from, which it is very true. You know, you do have people who really enjoy this music, and that's cool. But again, just a little difference would probably go better. So everybody in the audience going, wow, did you see that? That was a whole new style of routine. The story was completely different than I thought it would be. It would be nice to see some 80s music played, but I guess whoever runs those competition feels furries won't like the music or something. I don't know. Maybe. It's very true. Because a lot of times conventions do stuff that's popular in nowadays. So I don't know. But I just want to see a little bit of change. I want to see the dance competition change just a little bit than always the same exact thing you see every single time. You know, and I still like the audience idea, you know, get the audience participated. Like if the audience likes somebody the most, the judge can be like, well, I don't like him that much. Then give it more of an audience-based type thing, that where you have, like, the audience votes who wins. I like that idea too. I like the idea of changing it where you have a say in it, you know, because not a lot of cons do that. You never really have a say in a con. You go to a convention and it's always the same exact thing. And they should do a say on different panels too. And I think what they should do is, you know, vote for your favorite type of panel. Like, let's say a person like me, okay, who has this podcast, okay, I'm never going to be able to get into a bigger convention. It will never happen in a million years. But I might have support, but I don't have the support of the people that are running the convention. So what you should do is you should let people vote on different panels that they may want. Like a person that you've never really heard on YouTube, right? Like has like 2,000 subscribers. They try to apply for a panel slot, but their panel slot gets shot down because the people don't know him. I mean, that's probably like the worst case scenario here. So what you should do is you should let people, like, let's say, you know, just for an example, but let people vote in what panels they want, you know, like, and make it where people vote, their votes counted, and then they go, oh, you know, I really wanted this one, so I'm going to go to this one more. Because I feel like panels are starting to slip down the path of not really going to that much. Because you see a lot of basic panels that are like, the ones that I always attend are the ones that interest me, like macro furries. I really like them. I think they're a great thing. And I always go to those panels. But I always go to, but I'm not going to go to the guy that I feel less interested. Now, the guy across from me might feel this different on that, and they might go, "Hey, I really like this panel." So get some sort of voting system that where you get to choose what panels you want to see, and I just think that would make everything a little bit better. So people will want to go to panels more, and they'll be like, "Wow, I voted for that. I am very interested in that." You know. Let's see. It seems more and more poppy furs are what matters most to the fandom. I like them just as much as everyone else, but still. Exactly. And that's exactly why you should have a voting based system. That where it puts the people in control what they want to see, instead of always what the convention wants to see. And I hate the idea of always having a convention go by the same exact thing. "Oh, well, you seem to be very popular. You're getting a panel." But, you know, the person who's trying to make an arts and crafts that's really good at arts and crafts but isn't well known is getting put to the sideline going, "Well, you just can't do it. I'm sorry. Our panel has come up with the solution, and we're not going to include your type of thing." So let people vote for 8, like how many ever panels they have. Vote for them all, and then you get a fair, balanced thing instead of always constantly seeing the same exact stuff. And if they want to see it, they can vote for it. So that's because poppy furs have money, simply. Well, it's not about always money. It's about what the convention has to think about. If I'm a convention leader, okay, and I'm just saying this for like broad. Who am I going to choose? Am I going to pick somebody like, I don't know, Strawberry or whatever his name is? Or am I going to choose somebody who's doing arts and crafts that doesn't have a good following? I mean, it's a convention type deal that where you're going to find more people interested in the idea of going to see a famous YouTuber, let's just say, over a person who is seeing arts and crafts. And I get that. And they should put it to a vote. Let the people get the power to make panels the way they want to fill them. You know, you give people 8 choices and you go, "This is what I want to see." And then you basically go, "Okay, well, you didn't get voted in. I'm sorry." And you'll probably be surprised how many YouTubers out there that might not get voted in. Yeah, it would be great because it would completely change the landscaping of this. And that's the one thing I don't like, is just the landscaping of it. Okay, let's see. I see an endless stream on talent furs on YouTube, and sometimes it's a shame that they get put down or discouraged. And that is YouTube, and yeah, basically. And it sucks. And this is where if you let people vote, let people have a say, they'll have more power to be like, "Hey, I really want this guy in, so I'm going to tell all my friends to vote for him, please." That's what I would do. Hands down, conventions could be 10 times better if they let some of the people have a say in what they're actually doing. It would be a lot better, and people would feel more appreciative of it. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go to my Twitter here, if I can find my mouse. Where is my mouse? Can't find my mouse. If I ever become big, guys, that's what's going to be my, that's going to be a shirt. It's going to be, "Can't find my mouse. Please help." It'll be me wearing a fursuit. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to go to here, and then I'm going to go to here, and then we're going to go to here, and then I'm going to read out some of your different comments, and since I'm not on the camera, thank God, I can actually read them by taking off my fursuit head. I just want to make sure. Okay. So, I was thinking perhaps poker-style tables in the fursuit lounge for socializing, giving any one of the things I enjoy about conventions. Well, I mean, more socialization in conventions would probably be a good idea for anyone. And I just think it's more, if you do that, why don't you just have a poker tournament or something along with it, or something cool, you know, make it where it's poker style, but yet it's It's still about the same. Thank you, Grav. Oh, I always called him a Mr. Fox. I usually call him Mr. Fox. We also have maybe a cotton candy machine, like right outside of the hotel. You know what? Why not? But I can't see it because, I mean, if you think about it, fursuits and candy cane machines probably would not mix in any form or fashion. So, yeah, yeah, cotton candy probably wouldn't be a good idea. One interesting thing I saw at A&E earlier this year was a scavenger hunt. My partner and I had so much fun running around the con looking for scavenger hunt QR codes. I'd love to see more of that in the future. Well, I mean, you know what? That would probably be a great idea, Waffle. Giving people more stuff to do at a convention is always up to my par for anything, because I just think it's more of like it makes you feel good because you paid for it and you actually get to do stuff. And I think there might be one more comment here. Oh, that one was just a terrible meme. Nope, I think just 3 of them was good enough for today. Let me just put my thing down and... Okay, well, we had a couple different ideas. The sociable thing is probably one of the better ideas. Being more sociable at a convention that where people do it, and that's where one thing that with panels are supposed to do. It is one of those things that being sociable at conventions should be pretty easy. And, you know, there has been some good ideas. Actually, one of my favorite ideas, and this was at FWA a long time ago, if anybody's ever been to FWA. But one of my favorite ideas was like, it was like a speed dating friend. It was like speed dating, and then there was also like mixtures of like just being friends and pals with other people. I thought that was a great idea in any sense of the way. Giving people more chances to talk to people during furry conventions is probably one of my favorite things to do, because not everybody's going to know everybody. It's just the facts of life. Even if you've been there for the last couple of weeks, you're still not always going to be knowing everybody at this convention. So giving more people the option to talk to people is probably one of the best things that you could possibly do. So we have, hey, the Strange. Oh, the Strange. I just got a suggestion, the speed dating idea. Well, maybe you did. I don't know, but like I feel like conventions can definitely do a lot better when it comes to the interaction part. One interaction part that I always feel like is lacking too is to the people who are running the convention and the people that are doing it. Now, I've seen forums and I've seen other things like that. Why don't you ever come up with something? And I've never really seen this at conventions. I could be wrong, so please, if somebody saw this, a panel that where it's like, talk to the chairman. You know, how can we improve this convention? Now, I know at the end, like usually at closing, like I've seen it at like 2 cons so far. Okay, never mind. I've seen it at 2 cons. And I've seen them that where they took, you know, criticism and they were like, well, we could do this better and we could do this better. And people were like, oh, okay, cool. And, you know, that is one thing that I really want to see more of, is more of the con chairs getting the ideas from the audience, not just from themselves. You know, but that's one little small detail that, you know. But speaking of that, if you are liking in this video and you haven't subscribed to my channel, can you please do that right now? That would be great. And also too, if you can share this around on your social media pages, that would also be great, because that would really help me out to getting this into more people. I really want to hear some ideas that you guys have. I mean, that was one of the reasons why I did this whole entire thing, was getting ideas from you, because everyone here even if you've never been to a convention or not, you still have an idea for a convention. It could very well be a great idea. So let's take a look here. You can also have lines passing each other so you can talk to people as you go somewhere, even if it is to say hello. Oh, okay. Apocalypse was great with the car show. We had dozens of interesting cars. That'd be nice. Cars. Oh, okay. Well, Pro is all about the cars, but he loves cars. But yeah, socializing is probably one of the key things that conventions. I think they do a good job on socializing in some aspects. Like, the panels. You usually go to panels that you're the most interested about, and you can talk to people. Especially like when I go to panels, there's YouTube panels that you can go to, and it's very interesting. It's very informative, and they give you a broad idea of what you're doing, and also it gives you a chance to talk to other people who are interested in the same exact thing. But the problem is at some of these panels, though, you go to them and you're having a wonderful time at a panel, and you can't really, because there's people out there that are like me that don't have like social skills that well. So, and I know that it's hard to get anybody out of their shell. It's always going to be hard getting somebody who is an invert out of their shell. And that's why panels are such a great thing. It gives you a talking point to start out. And that was one thing that I've always said to myself. If you have an invert, 9 chances out of 10, they will start talking to you if you are interested in the same exact thing. It won't be like a great conversation, but it will at least break the ice. And that's what you want to do with some social things, is you want to break the ice, at least get to talking to people. So later you can telegram them or, and then later once they start getting to know you more, it becomes a lot better when it comes to talking to them. So I do like panels, but I still want more panels that are voted on by the people that are there. You know what I kind of want to see at conventions too, and now this is a tough one here, is I kind of want to see more improv type stuff. Now, don't get me wrong, there's a guy out there who does an improv show. Whose Lion Is It Anyways? Okay, where basically it's just a bunch of drunk people getting up on stage thinking they're the next improv master, which, again, that's one good way to look at it. But why not get more people like, they have talent shows. I've seen them have talent shows. And I've seen them have different things like that, which is great. But again, get the fan involved. What you can do is, before a convention, somebody has a talent and the board doesn't see it as a good enough talent, what they'll do is they'll basically be like, well, sorry, kid, but you're not very good, and we're just going to have to pick somebody else because they have all these spots to pick. So why not create like an online forum, or not just an online forum, but on your Twitter page or something, and be like, these are all the entries that we got. Vote for the best. And then what you can do is you can vote for your favorite ones, and they can promote it, and they'll be promoting themselves and also promoting the conventions as it works both ways. And that would be another good thing. I like that idea. We have other people in here. Do you think a species meetup are a good or bad idea? Well, no, I like species meets up. Now, if you go into a two Pacific species, then it becomes a problem. Like honeybee bears. How many honeybee bears are out there? It just depends on what species you're talking about, like a fox, stuff like that. They also have photos of that too. So not really the worst idea ever. Could you go by upvotes? Well, there you go. Go by upvotes. I think that would be decent. Do it on like a Reddit page and be like, hey guys, we're trying our best to find talent, but we're going to give you the opportunity to choose which talents you want to see. And I think that'd be a great idea. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I'm just seeing if there's any other ones. Nope. So far, no. Okay. But couple different things too. They can make different things be more fun. Okay, the Furry Masquerade. I hate it. Okay, number one, there's no group photo whenever you have these Furry Masquerades, so you can't have the satisfaction of being like a Where's Waldo type of deal. I don't know if anybody's ever done that, like actually like found one of the group photos and you were looking through yourself and you're like, there I am, or you either get the, oh damn it, I was blocked by a deer because of their dang antlers. Shoot. I've done that so many times and I always laughed at that because I'm always like, I'm in that picture. You can see my little paw right there, but nothing else. But I like the idea of a parade more because I feel like parades give you the opportunity to see the fursuiters. And if you like a fursuiter, you can take a photo of them and it gives you the opportunity to do it. With a masquerade, not everybody shows up for the masquerade. I don't show up to the masquerade because I don't have anybody who has the same exact fursuit maker as me, number one. Number two, I don't have really like friends to go and take photos of me with everybody else. And if you're probably wondering and you've never been to a convention, a masquerade is basically this, where you take the time and you basically form groups and they take photos. Like what will happen is mixed candy fursuiters would probably be a good mix, or Made For You, which Made For You is a lot more. So what Made For You will do, they will tweet it on their homepage or tweet it on their Twitter, and they'll go, okay guys, masquerade starts at 4, we're all going to take a photo at 5. Anybody with a Made For You suit can go and take the picture. And a lot of times you'll see all these different fursuit makers that are popular basically take over. And it'll be like, what about me in the back here that does not have a popular fursuit? Not a lot of my... There's only like maybe 2 or 3 other fursuiters. And I don't like that. It secludes people, and I just do not like the idea of that. And I kind of like the idea of a parade because not only are you giving a chance to see, except for the walking, which is really hot, but it gives you a chance to see who's all there. Because how many times have you ever went into the parade and was like, I know that guy. And then you go and proceed to talk to him. I have a person basically saying that. But not saying that, but, I got a comment here. We also have, let's see if we can find anybody else here. That's why I never need more photographs. Oh, can you stand in the back dish behind the curtains? Oh, I don't think so. That'd be weird. Let's see. We have a handler now has become more than just so you don't trip. Well, yeah, okay. Now, the idea of having a fursuit parade, again, they always say it's old because you're walking and it's hot, and fursuiters do get hot. I'm not gonna lie. During a fursuit parade like Anthrocon, that is like to the extreme. That's like a mile long one that you need to do. But like the one thing about it is if you take a look at fursuit parades, I just don't think they're as good as, I mean, they're a lot better than the fursuit masquerade ones. I just think they're a lot better, and that might be my opinion, and who knows. But there's a couple other lining reasons why I like the parade, but I could be here all night with that. Let me take a look to see if there's any more comments. I don't know how fursuiters torment somewhat like that. Tolerate something like that. And that's the one thing that I always wonder too. You're secluding people to get their photo taken because you don't have a popular suit, and I don't like that. I hate that idea. I hate that idea. Okay. Hopefully we get more people with any more ideas. If anybody else has an idea to approve conventions or anything like that, let me know. Because I'm really curious right now. I would like to hear from you guys. So if you guys have any ideas, bad or not, I'll talk about them here. And again, if you guys are liking this, please hit the subscribe button and then also share it around to your friends so it will help me gain more of an audience and it'll help you because I'm a pretty cool guy, I think. I don't know if I'm 100% the coolest, but I don't know. My show at least is. Oh, and press the thumbs up button, please, too. Press the like button. Okay, but those are some of my ideas on making a convention better. You could disagree, you could agree, whatever. What I'm going to do now, too, is I'm going to open up my phone lines. But here's how it's going to work, guys, is for you to call in, you have to leave a message down below, and you have to say who's calling, basically. So I'm not going to just take any random phone number here. I'm going to take people who basically write on the chat, and then I will take their phone call once they call in because I'll know who it is. So I'm going to write this down here. And what we can do is maybe get some more interesting people calling in, and maybe we can get more talking here. So I'm going to do this. Okay, and then I'm going to press this. Boop. And if one of my monitors can please type down there, you have to physically tell me that you're calling in through the chat, maybe with a hashtag dashingfoxie or something. And then what we could do is, or an @dashingfoxie, not a hashtag. And then what we could do is I will let you call in, and you can call in, ask me questions, or give me opinions on what would you make a convention better. Now, as we wait for callers or anything like that, the one thing that I also do want to bring up is cons can make registration lines also more fun. And now I know what you're now I'm only talking about the big conventions out there. Big conventions, let's see. Okay, thank you. Big conventions I'm talking about are like Anthrocon, MFF. You can literally be waiting in line for hours upon hours, okay? So to make it more fun, in my opinion, is you can not hire, you don't want to hire fursuiters. You can say to fursuiters, well, it's not that fun, so go up and start talking to people, get more conversations going in that line. Because I've been in lines that have lasted me for about 6 hours, and I'm starting to get angry. You're starting to get like the feeling of, how long is this going to take? So maybe what they can do is maybe come up with some sort of like fun thing to do while you're waiting in line for your ticket or your way to enter the convention. I think that would be a very strong idea that would be a little bit more fun, getting people more involved, talking, being less angry, because nobody wants to be angry in a line. Because I've been angry in a line, and especially when you have to pee, and you're like, I gotta pee, but I can't leave this line. And that's why you always travel in pairs. But I see a lot of that, and I see a lot of people getting a little bit angry. So why not this? Get some fursuiters, get some people that are sociably, fun, and let them have fun with the people that are in the audience, or in the line. I think that would be a lot more fun. That's just one of my great ideas, I guess. But again, guys, if you have any ideas about this, or if you want to call in, give me a call. I'm just trying to think of like other ideas that I had. I did say, okay, so another thing that I kind of would like to see a little bit more is a change of pace when it comes to like in the lobby. I mean, how many times have you been in the lobby and like you see most of your friends in the lobby, so it's very fun. You get to talk to people, you get to socialize, and that's one key thing. So why not like ever have, and depending on the hotel again, why don't you have like something going on in the lobby? Like how about you like go, hey, how about the convention's creating a video why don't you get in the video too? And then like everybody in the lobby can, like be in the video, have them cheer on or something like that, or something that would be really fun. I think that would probably be good. Anthrocon had a fur science study we once did, waiting in Regline. Okay, so that's a good thing too. That I think Anthrocon should be doing that. It gives you a chance to do something while you're waiting in line, and it makes you less angry. Yeah, because there's only so much of. Hold on, this is what I do in line. Yep, this is all I do, and then I get really angry, and I'm like, "Can you please move this line along?" I mean, and that's one of the reasons why I said, maybe create fursuiters, maybe something exciting to do. The first science thing I thought was a decent idea, and I thought it was to give people's perspective on what they're doing. Like Anthrocon, I didn't know before had, like, I think it was like 30% of the people that come to Anthrocon is basically all overseas, and I thought that was a very interesting side piece that Fur Science did come out with. Maybe make it where you get to do something more interactive in the line. I don't know. I'm trying to come up with ideas. But I just want furry conventions to make it more about the people that are actually there, instead of about poppy furs, instead of about all this other stuff. And yes, poppy furs do bring in people, and there's always going to be those people that go, I really like strawberry, or I really like this particular person. That's why I'm going to the convention, and that's fine. And my personal opinion, if that helps you get your numbers up, that's fine. But I don't think it should always be about the poppy furs. It should be more about you. You paid the money. You did it. You spent your hard-earned cash to go to this convention. Why aren't you more involved? Why don't you get to choose, stuff like that? I mean, even if it's a simple thing as like choosing, the sponsorship dinner. Usually hotels give you the option of what you want to be eating for the sponsorship dinner. Now, obviously, you're not going to get the choice of lobster, so anybody out there who wanted lobster, too bad. But you're going to get different choices. And, put that on the site. Make them vote. Do that, unless if you're a very first con and you don't want, to overdo your budget. That's fine. But, like, do something that makes you more interactive with the convention itself. And I already said about panels. I already said about the dance competition. There just needs to be more interaction instead of always them choosing what you want to see or what they will think is popular. And I just think that it would be a lot better convention. Now, again, I could be completely wrong, and you could test this, and I could be completely wrong, and I'll agree, saying, yeah, I'm wrong. But, like, there just needs to be more variety at these furry conventions than always seeing the same exact thing. And that's all you ever do. And that's why I think a lot of people, too, get bored of conventions. You see the same exact thing. You don't see change. You only see repeat, rinse and repeat. Rinse and repeat. That's all you usually see. Let's see. We have, may I call in? Yes, you may, Z. You can give me a call, and we will talk about this, and then I will definitely answer the phone because I do know Z, or Zed. I always, yeah, okay, no. I just call him Z because it's convenient to call him Z. I don't want to butcher his name. Okay, so we have a person here who's calling. Turn on the speakerphone. Hold on. I just need to make sure you're all the way up. Okay. Hello, caller.
Hello.
Hello. How are you?
Okay. Are you kidding me? I've got riots 10 blocks away from my center of my home.
Let's not talk about this. I don't want to go into anything like that in this show. So,
Roger.
Yeah. All the different things about the different things that are going on, and quite frankly, I think I've heard enough of it on Twitter and I've heard it enough on it. You probably heard enough of it in your own house. So probably let's keep to the interest of making conventions better. How do you feel about how can you make a convention better in your personal opinion?
It does actually fall onto the individual.
Yep.
How you do that, you can encourage it through a convention, but it does involve that spark inside of the individual. That means if they are going to go in fursuit, all right, go through local social media, get them, and start your own group. Say, hey, we're going to entertain the line, so they are entertained. Now they know us. Doesn't matter whether or not you have a good suit, according to popular authority, or what have you. Just go out and do it. Entertain.
Yeah.
It'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah, and I agree with that 100%. I agree that the only thing that I want to see is more of, giving more people the choice to do stuff, at a convention. And I don't know if you agree, but like maybe making more things votable, that where instead of just one person comes up with it or a board comes up with it, make it more of where you get to vote on what you want to see, what entertainment would you like to see. Give the person who's paying the money going there the option, so you can, I just think that's a good idea too. But
yes, it is. And in order for that to happen, cons need to open up a polling station or say, hey, what would you like to see?
Yeah.
Something other than just write down the email, okay, here's a 10-question list. What can we do with this list? Make it simple.
Yeah.
Make it easy. Make it a 10 or 15-point multiple choice question.
Yeah. And I agree 100% with that. Make it simple for them, and then make it easy to vote on stuff that where, they feel like they're involved, and stuff like that. Any panel ideas that you would like to see in the future that you don't see at a lot of different conventions, or maybe like something you think they could do better at?
We see a lot of panels that are involving YouTube. We see a lot of panels of social media, but I would like to see an actual makers panel at all these cons. Somebody that says, hey, I'm a maker of a suit. Let me show you how to do it. Let's bring in the fold. It's not just a market. Let's have fun with everything, because that's how you bring new ideas to it. That's how you innovate. That's how you actually progress the fandom.
Yeah, and I agree with that. Maybe make more fursuiting panels so people can learn how to make fursuits and different things like that. That's a good idea.
They're there, and there are fursuit panels. The problem is, it's kind of like, hey, this guy is this way, this guy is that way, and we are all diverse.
Yeah.
Plain and simple.
And I agree with that.
So,
yeah.
What do we do with it? How? And this is where the ideas are pressed out. Once you say the idea, it's up to the next person to work on it.
Yeah, and I agree with that. But, you got all these different furry conventions. You only have a panel of like maybe 6 or 7 of them that are making these decisions. And, there's some cons that, you go to it and the panel is only 1 or 2 people. And then they have to decide on what panels are good and what the panels are bad. And I don't think that's right for any degree, because I think that if you gave somebody a choice to go to these panels, like the fursuit making panel or like this other panel, you're gonna be surprised, and you're gonna hear how many people are going, well, I kind of want to go to a fursuit making panel or go to something like that, you know.
So how is it marketed? Hey, it's not just a fursuit making. It's not just a fursuit making panel. It's, hey, you want to wear a fursuit? Let's teach you how hot it can get.
Okay, that would be a good idea. Like you get a fursuit maker, and then you basically tell them this is the life of a fursuit, and then you put them in a fursuit, see how hot they get, you know, how difficult it is to see, and maybe it can change your mind instead of spending about $2,000 on something that you'll barely wear. That's a good idea. I think that's a good idea. I would support
How
that.
do you clean it?
How do
now
you
include on that panel, how do you clean it? How do you maintain it?
Yeah.
Who are the people around that can help you?
Yeah. I would go to that. I would go because I'd be interested on seeing other people's point of views and what are their experiences in cleaning, you know, keeping a suit, you know, wearing a suit and all that other stuff. I think that's a great idea. I mean, I would go to that. I mean, I would vote for that.
You're in a panel, or you're in a parade. How do you dry your suit after you sweated at Anthrocon for 2 hours?
Yeah. That's actually all good ideas that would be a really good, fun panel, and I think that would open up a lot of people's eyes. You know, the people that don't understand what suiting is, you know, it'll open up their eyes going, wow, there's a lot more to suiting than just suiting. So I agree with that 100%. I would definitely get a panel started of that. That's a great idea, man.
I will say this.
Yeah.
There is a great cool suit or a cold shirt out there. Our American astronauts actually wear them underneath their spacesuits.
Yep.
We have been adapted through makers that allow you to stay cool for 2 hours, along if you can have the ice or cooling unit or whatever you're using, that will allow it to be an experience that's much better than wearing something sweaty for 8 hours.
I agree. I mean, they have a lot of new technology now. Isn't the future great sometimes? But yeah, no, I would like to see a panel like that. Very good idea, man. Thanks for calling in. I really appreciate it. So
I'll let you go.
Okay.
So, hey, thank you.
Thank you for the panel idea. That's a great idea. I'm going to include that. Thanks.
No problem.
Bye. Have a dashing night. Okay, well, that was a very good idea, guys. And personally, I would sponsor that idea. That where you actually get to wear a fursuit, see proper tips on cleaning fursuits, show the people who want to get a fursuit, show them how expensive it can be, how hot it can be. And these people that go out there and go, oh, well, wearing a fursuit isn't that hot, you can really shut them up. Like, you can literally just shut them up if you had a panel like that. You know, I think that's a fantastic idea. Thanks for calling in. I really appreciate the call in. If I'm going to continue on for like the next 5 minutes because I got to make dinner tonight. And if I don't make dinner, then somebody's not going to be happy because I told them I'm going to make dinner. Next 5 minutes, we'll wait until I'll see if I can get another call on. If you want to call in, the phone number is 717-839-3684. You have to first respond in the comments saying that you are going to call in, and then you will be answered. You're welcome. I appreciate you calling in. It really helps out. And yeah, if you guys are liking this, please press that like button. Please press the subscribe button. And please share it along with your other friends on social media or other things like that. Because I think this is a great idea. A convention can always be improved. And I just feel like that if we don't start improving conventions, people are going to get bored of it. And I don't think they're ever going to get bored of it. What am I saying? There's never. But I just think that there'll be people out there less interested to go because they're not seeing different ideas out there. It's always the same exact thing. It's always cut and dry and then doing stuff like that. And I hate the idea of going to a convention and going, boy, man, I've done the same exact thing over and over again. Um, I, and room parties can only last for so much fun until you turn into a certain age, and then you're like, room parties, yeah. Like, and I like the idea of conventions creating their own room parties, but I don't like the idea of room parties creating their own conventions creating their own room parties because it also brings a narrative to the convention, and I don't like that. That where it's like, oh, this convention's only room party central, man, and it would be more fun if, if we had more room parties. But I do like some ideas that were thrown at me. Definitely like the scavenger hunt idea too. That was read on Twitter earlier. I thought that was a really good one too. And I just feel like there could be so much improvement for conventions and in the future. I just think that we can definitely make them better, and we can definitely make them more fun for everybody who is attending. Did somebody say they're going to call in? Nope. So I'm going to ignore that because nobody said, oh, shoot. Never mind. You can call in. I did not see it. My bad. I didn't see a at hashtag or anything. Call in again, Ave, and I'll answer this time. I apologize for that. Give me a call in again, and I'll definitely answer it this time. Hold on. Let me see if I can call him. I feel really bad now. That was my fault. Give me a call in. I know it was you. I just noticed. I'm so sorry. Give me a call in again, and I'll answer it this time. I'm so sorry. I didn't get a chance to read the comments. I was too busy talking. Okay, here we go.
Hey, Dashing.
Hello, how's it going?
Rather well. Okay, so I do have a pretty good idea here. Now, this is something I've been thinking about for at least like 2 years when I wanted to start the convention on Long Island.
Okay.
I kind of gave you a hint with cotton candy machine. This might sound kind of crazy, but all right, just hear me out.
Okay.
So, have you ever been to like those pop-up carnival type of things where they have like the rides, like a Ferris wheel, the swing chairs, that crazy zipper thing that flips upside down?
Yes. Yep.
Imagine a convention that maybe for, I don't know, a couple hours on Saturday in the parking lot, we actually get a few of those rides and set up like a little carnival. And I was looking into the rates of it. It's actually not that expensive. Like to get one for 3 hours, like $650.
Okay.
I don't know. I've never seen that at a Furcon before. Like a little carnival ride and stuff. Like that'd be kind of fun.
Well, I'm not going to say it's a terrible idea, but I wouldn't say it's a practical idea because you get a lot of people who go to these conventions and they're already parked there. Now you're going to make them move their car to get a carnival going?
No. I mean, like, let's say you could, like, there's a space, like, across the street that, you could rent out a lot or something, or maybe down the block from the hotel.
And then you're also looking at more money right there. You're renting out. It's a good idea. I wouldn't say no to it. I mean, a carnival at a furry convention sounds like a damn good idea, and I would approve of it. But the only thing that I would say is the convention would have to take into a factor, what if somebody gets injured there, or what if there's something that happens that now you had to buy insurance on top of your hotel insurance. But I like the idea of it. I mean, it's not a bad idea. I'm just saying that you would have to look at the logistics of it. But I mean, again, not a bad idea. I would go to that. Heck, I would have fun doing that. But
yeah, just something I've never seen at a convention. And yeah, I guess maybe like the logistics or that could be a problem. I guess like with insurance and injuries.
Yeah.
I mean, hopefully that doesn't happen, but you know.
Well, you never know what dummy's gonna go there drunk. You know, like, can you imagine like letting somebody who is like drunk onto a Ferris wheel and then he ends up accidentally falling off or something because he was too drunk to care? You know.
Oh God.
I mean,
okay.
And again, I'm not trying to be like worst case scenario, but I like your idea. I like the idea of creating something fun, but I don't know if that would be the best logical sense for a convention to do, you know?
Yeah. Well, I guess you have to think about, because, I mean, other conventions do something, like, well, not like that, but for Entercon, for instance, they have, like, the ferry ride, like, you can go in the party boat.
Yeah.
Do they have insurance for that if someone falls off the boat? I mean, probably.
Well, I mean, does the convention organize it, or do you just go with other furries?
That's a good question. I'm not sure.
That would be my question on that. But I do like where your idea is, and I like the my opinion. I think maybe maybe you should like take it back a little bit and say just carnival games. I think that'd be fun to have like set up a whole entire room just for carnival games for like 5 hours.
Oh yeah, like ring toss or with like squirt gun things.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, now that would be a good idea. I can't get along with the idea of rides because people scare the crap out of me, and I always say to myself, you know, if anybody can injure themselves, they'll do it, and they'll be like, what the heck? But I really do like the idea of your idea, but I would scale it back to maybe just carnival games, and I think that'd be fun within itself, you know.
I think so too. Yeah, sure. You got to start somewhere.
Yeah, like start off with something small and then doing it. Yeah. So, but again, it all depends on where you're having it, what you're doing, and it just depends on, you know, if the hotel will allow that kind of stuff too. Because there's some hotels that'll be like, carnival games, can't do that in here. So, but no, again, I think that'd be a very fun idea. Definitely, you're on the right track for a fun idea right there.
All right, thanks.
So, okay, well, thank you for calling in, and I hope you have a dashing night.
You too.
Okay. See you later. Good idea. Unpractical, probably, but I do like the idea on where it's coming from and how you're doing it. That's a great idea. Keep those ideas coming too. You know, give ideas to these people who do make the furry conventions. But okay, guys. Well, I don't know if I have any more strong ideas, but let me just. I think I'm gonna have to end the show here because I do have a roommate upstairs. He is very hungry and he wants to eat, and I promised I'd make dinner tonight. But so what I would say, guys, is there is always improvement for conventions. There's always been improvement, and there's always going to be people trying to improve it. And I like the new ideas that are coming out, you know, of this whole entire thing. But what I would say to conventions is try not to always do the same exact thing over and over again. Just because it worked one year doesn't mean it's always going to constantly work the next and the next and the next. Get some new people in there. Get some ideas flowing. Let the people decide on what they want to do as a convention. Because you have to realize that 90% of the money that you get, probably more than that, is coming from your con goers. So never ever tell them, no, we can't do that because of this, this, and this. So, yes, because we're taking a year off. That's why I wanted to do this. We're taking a year off, basically, of conventions. And I just wanted it to be where we can actually talk about it and maybe come up with some new ideas coming into 2021 or maybe 2022, depending on where we're at as anything. So, as always, guys, I really appreciate you coming to watch. Again, if you like this, please hit the subscribe button. I really like the subscriptions. And also, too, press the like button. And also, share it to your friends if you want to. Share it to it. But as always, I hope you have a dashing night. Thank you for watching. And I'll be back next Wednesday. What? A real schedule? What? Thank you for watching. Bye. Ugh. I can see my mouse. Again, if I ever come up with merch, it's going to be, I can't see my mouse, and it's going to be me in front of a computer. See you guys later. Thank you for watching. And have a dashing night.